All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of the SportPesa Magazine Show. It's another jam-packed show, as always. We're down at Marty's, who took on the University of Johannesburg down at Donny Craven in Stellenbosch. We also head down to the Green Mile, where we saw UCT go up against CUT. And then we chat to SportPesa brand ambassador Brad Binder ahead of the Thailand Grand Prix. Stay tuned, it's going to be an amazing show.
It's Varsity Cup time again. We're at Marty's versus the University of Johannesburg this evening. Marty's looking to turn the corner after a fairly dismal performance last week. UJ looking to continue where they left off. It is a jam-packed stadium. The action is absolutely electric. Check this out to see exactly what happened.
I would definitely say all my UCT friends are very jealous of me. All my friends going overseas, they're getting a bit of FOMO from the Marty's experience. And the kids are just unmatchable.
I think it's a very good innovation just to let the boys just get scouts, man, and get the opportunity to showcase their talent. And I think it's very, very good for the boys, man, and it's very special. You never know what might happen. You might have a good season, you end up getting a contract, a Springbok like Tokozo, and it can open doors. And I think it's really, really good for the boys and everyone.
What's important when you guys are under pressure? How do you manage those situations? Because so often we as fans, we watch you as the captain, and we're watching the decisions and the calls that you are making. What goes through your mind in those moments?
Yeah, I think in periods like that, it's ultimately just sticking to your processes, sticking to our basics, and I think the guys really stuck to that, and ultimately we really made good plans. Credit to the coaches and for the boys for sticking to the plan. So I'm very proud of the boys.
Who do you think is going to win the Varsity Cup this year? From the first two rounds that we've seen, give me at least three options, and we'll keep you accountable at the end of the season.
Oh, you're going to hold me accountable to this, aren't you? Look.
Or at least give us a final. Who will be in the final?
Look, as an ex-Marty, I don't think I'd ever go against the Maroon Machine, especially based on the last 30 minutes that I just saw. But I do think there's a lot of, they're going to have to fix a lot of errors there. You know, I think there were errors strewn in the early exchanges. So if they can iron those creases out, then I think Marty's will certainly be up there. Tikkies, after their performance last week against UCT, I thought that was a really, really impressive performance. Do we write off our neighbours down the road? I'm not too...
Reigning defending champions?
Reigning defending champions, so you can't write them off. But if you ask me the final, then I think we're going to see a replay of next week.
Happy with the team's performance? Well done.
Yeah, I'll take the W, but I'm not happy at this point as a head coach. There were a lot of errors within the game that we still need to work out, so we put ourselves a little bit under pressure in that first 50 minutes.
But definitely a step in the right direction.
Step in the right direction. The last 30, I think we needed this W just to stay in contention of the competition.
And looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, looking forward to the rest of the season. Definitely a lot of work on error rate, set piece, but those are things that we can fix.
Fantastic, all the best, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks, buddy.
No, great. Just very thankful. This was very special. Always special here at the Donny Craven. Yeah, just super thankful for this opportunity.
And happy to bounce back from last week's performance.
Yeah, yes. We had a tough week this week. A lot of hard things were said, but yeah, the boys came back. Started slow, but we came back. We came back nicely.
And looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yes, very positive. Special side. A lot of guys that has played Varsity Cup. Yeah, big things to come.
Varsity Cup family, my name is Lisolethu and today we're at the UCT Green Mile. This is the first home game and I'm so excited because it's UCT IQ Tigers versus CUT. Now come with us as we share this match day experience with you, see what the fans has to say, and of course hashtag make it count.
right, as we mentioned, the UCT picked up a big result against CUT, 83 points to 34, as we saw down at the Green Mile. Shimlers, they went down after a victory against the Marties last weekend, went down to Tikkies, 38 points to 22. Marties, as we also saw this evening, back to winning ways, 39 points to 19 against the University of Johannesburg. And then a big result for the Eagles up against Emirates, 63 points to 15. Fixtures coming up this weekend, or rather on Monday evening. UJ, they go up against the high-flying Eagles. Tikkies, they're up against the Marties. That's a big fixture. We're going to have to unpack a little bit in a couple of minutes. And then CUT, they were up against Shimlers at 7 o'clock, as well as Emirates up against UCT, who go back on the road. So right now in studio with us, we've got Amir Mohammed, who is Director of SportPesa. We're going to quickly chat a little bit about Varsity Cup, his thoughts and where he thinks things are going to be heading in terms of who we might see in a final. Amir, Varsity Cup, 2 rounds are now behind us. I mean, SportPesa's involvement has been absolutely epic and amazing. The two of us were together at Marties versus UJ. They're back to winning ways. Your thoughts on the Varsity Cup so far?
Look, I'm totally amazed by the Varsity Cup, by the rugby itself. Second of all, the fans, the vibe. It's just on a different level.
Yeah, look, the teams are performing amazingly well. Based on what you've seen so far, UCT picking up a massive result over this past Monday night. Marty's back to winning ways, playing some great rugby in that last 30 minutes. Where do you think Varsity Cup is headed at the moment?
Look, from the standard of rugby itself, I'm thinking that more people are going to sit up and take notice. Because of what I've seen, it's world-class rugby. At that level, it can only go from here right up to the top.
Of course, teams playing fantastically well, and I mean, to pick a winner at this stage is going to be really, really hard. But what has stood out for me is the innovation of Varsity Cup and how amazing it has been to see these new rules and new innovative ideas always coming into Varsity Cup. SportPesa, as a brand that's always ahead of innovation, I mean, your involvement, these two synergies just happen to work seamlessly.
Yeah, look, we know Varsity Rugby likes to innovate. They like to change up the game, and it makes the game so much interesting and so much enjoyable for the fans. Us as a company, SportPesa, we love innovation as well. So that aligns perfectly with our brand and getting it out there.
And then quickly before I let you go, you haven't got too much time. I know you're a busy man. If you had to stick your neck out of the 2 rounds of Varsity Cup and I had to ask you for a potential 2 teams in the final, which way would you be leaning at this stage?
From the first week, I would have said Shimlers and Tikkies, but after watching the rugby this weekend or this Monday night, my final would be Tuks versus Ikeys, and the winner of that would be the home team because of the fan interaction.
Well, there you have it. Director of SportPesa, Amir Mohammed, letting us know who he thinks is going to be in the final. I seem to disagree because, of course, my blood is maroon, but I've got to be as neutral as possible. So we'll keep it there for now. We're going to hold you to it, and we're going to look back at this footage in a couple of weeks' time and see how close or how far off you were in terms of your prediction. Well, there you have it, folks. Of course, that's a wrap of our Varsity Cup segment. You've heard there is so much happening. You've now heard from a director of SportPesa, Amir Mohammed, about his thoughts on who we're going to see in the final. We're going to continue to ask those in the SportPesa offices all about who they think is going to be tops, and we're going to hold them to it in a couple of weeks. We're going to take a quick look now at Brad Binder, another SportPesa athlete, and we're going to have a look and see how his preseason testing went and exactly what he thinks the season is going to look like ahead of the Thailand Grand Prix, which takes place this weekend. Check this out.
How's it, guys? I just thought I'd check in and give you a little recap of how everything's been going my side with all the testing. We started off at the beginning of February in Sepang. We had a 3-day test there, which was really busy. We had a lot of new parts to test. The guys at the factory have been working super hard. A lot of new aero parts, and was really busy there, and we managed to get quite a good understanding of all the new parts. And then from there we had 2 weeks off. We ended up coming to Thailand was our next test. We're here in Buriram at the moment, so I actually just finished the test yesterday. So we've had 2 days here now where we really used the first day to lock in our aero package, make sure all of that was decided. It's one less thing that we need to worry about. And the final day we did a little bit of a race simulation to see where we were, and I came in and there were a few areas in particular I really felt like we needed to improve. So we had a little bit of time left in the day, so we managed to make a big change on the bike, a big setup change, and as soon as I went out again I felt a lot better, went a lot faster, and closed that gap to the front a little bit. So for the moment, everything's going pretty good. And this Friday, it all kicks off again. First Grand Prix this weekend. So fingers crossed it goes well. I'm feeling good so far. Everything's been rolling quite okay on this side. So fingers crossed I can make a big jump this weekend and hopefully fight for those top places. So yeah, that's about it from Buriram and my testing so far this year. And let's see how this race goes. Cheers.
Think you can call that first goal before it happens? That's exactly what Goal Rush is about. It's a daily on sportpesa.co.za and it's free to play for active users who meet the requirements. Every day, 3 matches are selected. For each match, you need to choose which team will score first and then predict the exact minute that goal will go in. Not the final score, not who wins, just the first goal and the minute. To land the top prize, you need to get all 3 correct. If you do, you could win 1 million rand. There are also daily runner-up prizes of 1,000 rand and 200 rand. It's all about timing. It's about reading the game and it's about trusting your football instinct. To play, log into sportpesa.co.za, head to Goal Rush and make your 3 predictions and submit before kickoff. Once the first match starts, your selections are locked in. If you think you can predict the exact moment the game changes, go make your picks now. Open to players 18 and over. Play responsibly. T's and C's apply. Alright folks, that's a wrap of episode 2 of our SportPesa Magazine Show. We were at the Varsity Cup, of course, Marties and UCT. We also managed to catch up with the director of SportPesa, Amir, and then we got a sneak peek from Brad Binder ahead of the Thailand Grand Prix. Our SportPesa teams are also going to be on the road this weekend. Cape Town City go up against Lerumo Lions, that's on Sunday afternoon. And then in the URC on Saturday afternoon, the Stormers, they go up against the Lions. If you're liking the show and you're really enjoying what you're seeing, make sure you like, you share and subscribe. And we'll catch you again next week, same time, same place. Goodbye everybody.